What's up, everybody? It's your boy J Max. Today I'm gonna go Hodge Twins inspired because I've been watching Hodge Twins videos and they kind of inspired me to make my own. So I'm making my own video Hodge Twin style today. Might do a horrible, but it's just a little bit of jokes. Got your email. Benjamin Lethan, I think that's what his name. His question is concerning my video on my Maxima, my headers catback. It says, "Hey, how's it going? My name is Jaka from Australia. I work as an apprenticeship in a heavy diesel mechanic in Western Australia." They watch my videos all the way in Australia. Appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I am a keen Maxima enthusiast. I own a 2004 Nissan Maxima J31. I believe it's equivalent to North America's Generation 6 Maxima. You might be right. I don't know, but you might be right. Just gotta say, fucking love your video. I love that you fucking love my videos. I'm looking to do similar modification with my car. I realized the video posted, I guess, 2 years ago with my Maxima headers and my exhaust. And I still wanted to know, say hey about it. The legalities, is that a word? I don't know, but let's just say it. The legalities of car modification in my country is more strict than they are in North America. For example, having a pod filter on a street car is illegal here. But again, the police may impound your car because you have a red rocker cover. That's unfortunate, man. That's unfortunate. Essentially, I would like to know the technicality process you went through to remove your stock headers and then fit them to the OEM headers. If you have any pointers, I'd love to hear them. Cheers for the time. Jack. Appreciate it, man. Got your email. Essentially, the headers, I bought the Ultima headers and eBay N1 catback for the 04 to 06 Maxima. The Ultima headers fits about 98%. You may have to do a little bit of bending and tweaking, but it can be done. It's a straight bolt up, no excessive amount of modifications to get done to the car. The hard part about this is not just putting it up, because it takes about the average mechanic who know what he's doing about a couple of hours. I don't know how much it took because I left my car at the exhaust guy and he did it, returned the car back to me. It takes a couple of hours. I don't think it's something that someone with no experience can do. It's a pretty difficult situation process, especially when you have to use blowtorch, cut open certain things, because your car is about a decade old. A lot of the bolts and nuts is going to be seized where you can't take it off with a power impact gun or anything of that nature, so you will have to cut and strip or whatever. A lot of the stuff that you take off will no longer be usable because you probably have to cut it up. The air fuel ratio sensors is the next issue. If you do not extend your air fuel ratio sensor, obviously there's nothing to tell the computer, hey, this amount of air is coming out, I have to dispense this amount of fuel. So the car is just going to dump fuel inside of your exhaust system, which in return it's going to smell like there's gas coming out of your pipes. So you'd have to extend your air fuel ratio sensor. As far as the EGR valve is concerned, you either disable it or you weld a custom bong inside of the Ultima headers, because they don't come with the Ultima headers. The other guys, I don't know, Racing Line or Catman or whoever the hell sells it, they have the bong, the port to connect your EGR. The EGR does not in any way, shape, or form affect your performance on your car. So you may want to think about whether you want to spend the extra money to put it in, or you just want to in general disable it. Like you cut it and you weld it up, whatever. The pipe is just a pipe that runs from your intake manifold engine, somewhere in the engine down to your headers. it's gonna give you a code, but sometimes the codes do go away. My code do go away. It comes back. It doesn't matter to me because when I do the emissions, I wait till the code comes up, then I take the car to do emission. Another thing, when you install headers on your catback system, it's gonna make a lot of airflow, which means it's gonna be extremely loud. If you look at one of my videos, it says that I had to go do a catalytic converter and an exhaust and a resonator. So I got the biggest resonator I could find from Magnaflow that was equivalent to the piping. I think it's 2 1/4 or whatever it was. And I went and got a aftermarket high flow cat. So I have, from the 3 cats, I have 1 cat. If you don't put that cat on, or your car is going to give you a code for your catalytic converters, like it's being inefficient or some code like that, and your EGR valve. That is 2 codes you have to look for. Because those 2 codes pop up, you're going to have other codes that circulated that has, it's affiliated with those 2 codes. So you would have to get those 2 codes fixed before the rest goes away. My car currently have no codes because I added the catalytic converter and the resonator to my exhaust system. My system is perfect. I love it. I spend a lot of money in it, but it's gonna cost you a lot of money. You mentioned in your ad that in your letter that you're an apprentice. I'm not sure how old you are. I'm assuming maybe late teens, early 20s, where you may not have the money or the funds to do it because you're still going to school. I would say my advice to you is to hold off on the modification part of it because it's costly. It's going to cost you a lot of money. If you're looking for a little more performance, there's other bolt-on stuff you can do without interfering with before your catback. You don't want to touch before your catback. You want to touch after your catback. So after your catback, meaning you could go to eBay. You could get the eBay N1 catback for the 04 to 06 Maxima. Like I did, I went and got me 2 of the Magnaflow muffler 14816s. There's a couple different depending on which one you want. If you don't like that single tip, I think the single tip is ugly, it's hideous, and it just doesn't suit the car. So I went and I cut off the flange off of the aftermarket muffler, and it's just a straight weld on, cut off, you weld on the flanges onto the Magnaflow muffler, your system is completed. It's going to give you a very, very unique and beautiful sound. If you want to go from the cat before the catback, that's when the technical issues start happening. It's going to give you the most power out of any bolt-ons you could put on your car for performance, but it's going to come at a cost. Extending the wires, I did them myself. I unfortunately I didn't make a video because back then I wasn't into the video making. But you really want to think hard before you take that time and effort to invest into that performance part of it, because it's not just slap on the product and the bolt-ons and you're good. You're going to have a lot of codes, a lot of problems. You're going to have to spend a lot of money to get where you're getting. So my advice to you is to stay from the catback and go out. Don't interfere with your emission system. There's a lot of things you can do, like your cold air intake, which would give you that. You will feel like your car is faster, but it's not necessarily going to be faster. But every bolt-on you put on your car, it's going to help. Crank pulley, those are really good compared to the weight of the OEM, to the weight of the aftermarket crank pulley is about 5 pounds if I'm not mistaken, versus 1.5 pounds. So that means the rotation in your engine is gonna have less stress to turn your engine. So it's gonna help you out a lot. But just for my advice to you is to stay away from interfering with your cat from before your cat system. So I hope I answered the question, man. There was no way I could incorporate all that into a message, so I decided to make a personal message just for you. So I hope you take my advice, man, and let me know if you have any other questions. I'll be happy to help you with. Anyways, man, your boy J Max signing out. Peace.